I spawn in a new world. Hello. And there are 4 simple rules. Rule 1. I can't take anything from any chest, so looting things like villages and shipwrecks is forbidden. Rule 2. I can't take anything from dead mobs, so if a ship dies, that wool will stay where it is. And rule 3. I can't take blocks that are broken, so if I break wood with an axe or TNT, I can't have it. But Iroh, Minecraft is impossible with these rules. Yes, and that's why rule 4 is an exception. I can use, take and break anything I fished for. If I fish for string and craft wool from it, I can use that one wool block. I get 10 fishing rods and I have to survive 100 days with these absurd rules. Day 1 I had no choice but to start fishing. A lily pad, that's totally useless. Food, okay, we are making progress. Since I couldn't craft a bed, I kept going even at night. I have to fight zombies with my bare fists. This is not going well. We survived day 1, only 99 more to go. On day 2 I kept fishing. The rod broke, that was faster than I thought. Remember, if I lose all my fishing rods, there's nothing I can do. I'll have to run around like a headless chicken for the rest of the challenge. After a few more minutes, I got a bone. I didn't think much of it, but that bone was gonna be extremely important later. Day 3 I wanted a bed to skip the night, so I started looking for a village. This raw fish is horrible, it gives 1 food point. I spent the night hiding on a tree and lost another fishing rod. I was down to 8. On day 4 I kept searching, but the next night was not gonna be easy. Really? Now? I didn't sleep for 4 days in a row, which meant phantoms began to spawn, and I had no weapons, no armor, and the worst food in the game. Nah-ah, I am not fighting them. Heh, I can swim and you cannot. I was wrong, I was very wrong. Dude, I don't have any blocks, I can't hide. Please don't follow me, please don't follow me. And he followed me. At this point, my only hope was reaching my items before they despawned, so I made a run for it. Leave me alone, I don't have time. Okay, skeletons. I ran until the morning of day 5. I'm so hungry I can't run anymore. Did I make it in time? Okay, they're here. That was very close. At this point I had almost no food left, so I spent the rest of the day fishing. I got an enchanted bow and fishing rod which could only be repaired with an anvil, so for now they were useless. I also got a saddle which was gonna be very important later. Day 6 I continued my search. That's an igloo. Nice, it has a bed. I'm not gonna get mauled by phantoms anymore. Then, in my infinite wisdom, I did this. What? I didn't think that would work. I sacrificed a fishing rod for 1 cooked salmon. I spent days 6 through 10 gathering food, string and enchanted items I couldn't use. We survived 10 days. My inventory looks like garbage, but at least I didn't lose it. On day 11 I was down to just 5 fishing rods, and the fastest way to get more was a fisherman, so I once again went on a journey to find a village. I see horses. We just got extremely lucky. This was where the saddle I got on day 5 was gonna shine. Let me tame you. Why do we have to be so difficult? Okay, your name will be Stan. Stan the horse. Me and Stan were gonna be best friends. He was really fast, plus I didn't have to use hunger to walk anymore. Village! It took me 12 days, but we found one. Nice, I can take this armor without breaking any of the rules. And we can cook our fish in the campfires. I spent days 13 and 14 fishing. On day 15 I was down to just 4 rods, so I hurried to find more villages. Do you guys have any fishermen? You don't. You deserve punishment. Here, the bones I got on day 2 were gonna be very useful. I crafted bone meal and used it to get seeds for a tiny wheat farm. Those were gonna be very important later. Days 16 to 20 I fished, cooked and harvested my crops. I was down to the last 3 rods, so I continued searching on days 21 and 22, found 2 villages but not a single fisherman. And on day 23, something very significant happened. Okay, a pillager outpost. Allays, I have to free them. I still don't have an axe. This is so dumb. Be free. you're gonna be Jim and Jam. Allay have a neat ability where you give them an item and bring you all items that are the same. If we look at the rules, I'm not allowed to take a lot of things, but if the Allays bring me those things, then I can keep them. Jim and Jam were gonna be very helpful. Days 24 and 25, I found another useless village. We survived 25 days, we're a quarter of the way there, and my inventory still looks like trash. For the next 3 days I kept finding villages that didn't have fishermen. It must be the rarest job in all of Minecraft. I also spent some nights hiding in trees because I still didn't have the resources to craft a bed. This village has a lot of wheat, a toolsmith and a leather worker. We can stay here for a while to steal from them and buy some nice things. Here, Jim and Jam were gonna help a lot. On day 31, I let them take all the seeds, then replanted them as my own. I also used their fences to breed cows. Day 32, I expanded the farms and unstuck some villagers. I know, I really need a pickaxe. Day 33, I used the leather I fished to buy my first emerald. After 8 hours, we finally have a weapon. I don't have to punch everyone anymore, I do damage now. On day 35, I harvested my wheat, dealt with the cows, let my cute little blue friends scavenge their bodies and bring me their skin, and was on my way. I arrived in another village and realized I could get tons of emeralds if I could just steal the hay bales and sell the wheat. I had the resources to craft a hay bale and let Jim do it, but there was a problem. Come on guys, how can a village not have a tablecraft? Days 36 and 37 I kept looking but I found 0 fishermen. At least we found a tablecraft and got the hay bale. Day 39 I traveled and day 40 I found a desert village and went on a shopping spree. Don't worry Jim, we'll give it back. For a price. Pumpkin pie, this is luxury food. Day 41 I found another one, sold their own hay back to them and bought some arrows which are gonna be very useful later. And on day 42 something extremely significant happened. I bet it's trash, just look. No way, saplings and a bucket, and I have enough to buy them. The bucket was good, but the trees were the best item I could have gotten. Day 43 I found a savannah village where I planted them, and day 44 I fished while fixing my mending bow, and day 45 the trees were fully grown. After 12 hours we achieved wood. I can have my very own tablecraft and wooden tools. I also found a shepherd and got shears for wool. Days 46 and 47 I fixed my bow completely, used the saplings I got from the first tree to get more, and went monster hunting. With the bow and arrows riding Stan, I destroyed everyone and let Jim take the string from the spiders. Now we can craft as many fishing rods as we want, we don't need fishermen anymore. My next objective was combining and using the enchanted fishing rods, for which we needed an anvil, for which we needed 31 iron ingots. So days 48 to 50 I searched for a village with a furnace, which means we're officially halfway done. And my inventory doesn't look like trash anymore, I actually have tools. Day 51 I found the furnace. But Iroh, how are you gonna get iron? Isn't mining for it forbidden? If I burn my helmet, I can get 1 iron nugget. We can just buy tons of iron tools and armor and burn them all. Day 52 I looted a village and used all my emeralds to buy iron axes from the weaponsmith, and I spent all of day 53 going back to the furnace. This is so wrong, I'm burning perfectly usable axes for nuggets. I crafted an iron ingot and came up with a genius plan to get more. I would kill the iron golem and let Jim give me the drops. So days 54 to 62 I terrorized 7 villages, stealing hay bale after hay bale, axing golem after golem after golem. This is more than enough for an anvil, nice. But before I crafted it, I wanted to find a good village for a base. On day 64, the karma from what I did to those people hit me all at once. Jim? Jim, are you there? Jim? I spent the whole day going back and forth looking for him, but nothing. Jim vanished. Day 65 I had no choice but to press on. I found a village, but the traders sucked. And on day 66 I found the perfect one, near a river with a toolsmith, armorsmith and farmers. The rules say I'm not allowed to use chests, but they say nothing about barrels, so for the first time we can store our items. I built a small fence, set up a wheat farm and crafted the anvil. I present to you Fishing Rod 2.0, it gives me better stuff faster. I spent days 68 and 69 testing my new toy. We got 2 enchanted bows, the dead golems were so worth it. Day 70 I spent all my emeralds leveling up a farmer so I could get the best food, golden carrots. My next goal was diamond tools and armor, and because diamond mining is forbidden, I had to level up the toolsmith and armorsmith. And there was a problem. 33 emeralds for a bell. He's not a villager, he's a scammer. It was extremely expensive. And trading wheat was the only way I could get emeralds. We're gonna need a gigantic crop farm. So days 71 to 73 I expanded it and fished. Name tag. Stan traveled hundreds of miles for us, he at least deserves his name. I also made a very useful discovery. I can put the wheat from the farm into the composter to get bone meal, which I can use to get more wheat for even more bone meal. Now I could spend every minute of day 75 working on the farm. We survived 75 days, we are 3/4 of the way done, and my inventory actually looks good. We have good food and OP fishing rods. All I did for the next 8 days was work on my farm. Get wheat, get bone meal, plant seeds, repeat. It went from this small patch of dirt to half the village. On day 84 the harvest was big enough for me to start trading. Day 85 I realized I was gonna need more farmers, so I gave them some extra beds, bread and let them dance. I did the same thing for most of days 86 and 87. Dude, how many of these do I have to buy to level you up? And he ran out. They restock often, so on day 88 I was back for more. Don't mind me storing a billion stone hoes. Days 89 and 90 were even more farming. Level up, good, now please give me nice stuff. Diamond hose for 1 emerald? I actually need these, thank you. 3 days of farming and trading later I was back. We have achieved diamond shovels. Day 95 I did more farming. The entire village was slowly transforming into wheat. Max level toolsmith. After 96 days of survival we got our first pickaxe. Next I want to get diamond armor. I looked in that house and around the village, but the armorsmith disappeared. So on day 97 I made sure I would get a new one. This kid probably wants to be an astronaut or something, but he's gonna be an armorsmith and he's gonna like it. On day 98 the challenge was almost over. I needed emeralds for the armor, so I farmed faster than ever before. Day 99 the armorsmith was ready. I bought stuff with the emeralds I had, but it wasn't enough for the diamond pieces. On the last day I got as much wheat as I could, traded it, and right before the sun set I went in. We got it, diamond armor. I can sleep now. And we officially survived all 100 days. Even if it was very hard for no reason, we managed to get beds, wheat, enchanted stuff, and most importantly, the biggest hoe collection ever.